So we are in Jersey, right by the George Washington Bridge. We're going to head south and get onto the bridge, and then go across it and ride Manhattan. A bunch of traffic out here on this little road. They move kind of quick, but we should be okay.
There's white lanes.
Yeah, they're white lanes. And we'll do some filming, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Hi, Mom. If I die, I died happy.
Yeah. Wish us luck. All right, bye. You have to do that one too. Yeah. All right, cool.
Hey everybody, welcome to another video. Today we are riding the Hudson River Greenway, and we were riding from Palisades Park in New Jersey across the George Washington Bridge and down to the tip of Manhattan. We went to the Brooklyn Bridge and just kind of looked at it. We were running out of time, and we went and took a ride on the Staten Island Ferry also. Didn't get a chance to walk around in Staten Island, but we had a great time. And again, you know, this was in November, and we were short on time as far as the sunlight, so we did what we can do, and we had a great time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.
That seems very happy about going across the bridge. I'm pretty psyched too. It looks pretty cool. So we're headed down here to Manhattan, and that's what we're gonna ride.
So once you get off of the bridge, you go down a series of ramps, and that will bring you down to West 178th Street. We weren't sure where we went from there. Luckily, we ran into a guy, and he kind of helped us out and gave us some directions. But from 178th, once you get off of the ramp, you go 2 blocks up to the right, and you get to Broadway from there. And from Broadway, you make a left, and you take 3 blocks, and you make a left on 181st Street. From 181st Street, you keep following that down, and it tees off into Riverside Drive. Once you get to Riverside Drive, you take a right, and you'll see the entrance for the bridge that goes over the Henry Hudson, and from that point, you're on the Greenway.
That's it, we're on here. This is the Greenway. So it takes a little doing, but we are now underneath the George Washington Bridge, and I'll kind of map that out and talk about how to get here the easiest way in case somebody else wants to ride it, because I found it a little confusing. If I look, you know, from all the videos I watched, nobody really had a good solid video telling you how to get here. So that was important. We're going to stop off and check out the lighthouse real quick.
The Little Red Lighthouse, officially Jeffrey's Hook Light, is a small lighthouse located along the Hudson River under the George Washington Bridge. The current structure was built as the North Hook Beacon at Sandy Hook, New Jersey, where it stood until 1917. When it became obsolete, it was reconstructed at its current location in 1921 by the United States Lighthouse Establishment as part of the project to improve Hudson River navigational aids, and originally had a battery-powered lamp and a fog bell. It was operated by a part-time lighthouse keeper. So the guy that gave us the directions was also nice enough to let us know that part of the Greenway was closed for construction, but there was a detour and we'd be able to get around. So we had to do a couple little streets and things like that, and after that we had to do a little bit of climbing, and that was pretty interesting in itself.
You think? All right. Well, let's do this.
So once we got to this point, we realized that we'd have to climb up the stairs, and that was the detour. So this is the part that I was telling you about where it got a little crazy and we had to do some climbing. We carried the bikes up the stairs and got to the second part of it and realized we had to climb a little bit more. Now, I might have made a mistake and gone the wrong way going through the tunnel instead of going up the stairs at the second flight, but we got around and we found where we needed to be and continue on with the Greenway. But for the most part, you know, it took a little bit of wind out of us, but we had fun, and it was part of the adventure that was really cool. Got to take some pictures of the bridge that were right there behind us, and they came out pretty cool. We really enjoyed this part too.
Yeah. I thought this was it. I was like, this might be it. No.
Whoever told this is a detour.
Maybe here, yeah. I'm tempted to write it down on the way back. From here, you look at it, don't look that bad.
We don't have to keep going up?
I don't think so. Yeah, that takes you out to the road.
So I'm not sure if there was any difference between going through the tunnel or taking the stairs. They both pretty much led you to the same spot. At least we got to ride this section here instead of having to climb up the other stairs, where, you know, it would probably have been a little quicker if we would have just gone around and taken the stairs and been up to the top.
Maybe it's up here. Oh, we're doing a bunch of climbing. Carrying the bikes, not riding them.
Okay, I want everybody to know that I did offer to bring the bike up for Lynette, but she likes to do things on her own, which is super cool, and hey, she got it up there.
Wow. The detour signs really don't show you much. Okay. All right. Northwest Greenway detour.
So we finally made it back onto the Greenway after our little climb episode, and this is near the Pier 1 section of the Greenway. Real nice. This takes you out onto the water where you can see both sides, the Jersey side and the New York side. The skyline was beautiful. And again, like I was saying before, this was a November day and it was warm. And here you see Joaquin Phoenix working on his role for the Joker. In no shirt in November. Very warm day. Beautiful scenery here. The skyline was just gorgeous that day. And we get to the end of the pier, and well, there's an old lady in her bra exercising. Yeah, so let's look at the skyline again and try not to concentrate on that vision. But you know me, and I am recording, so I had to get a glimpse of that. And here she is doing her knees, working her knees up and exercising very well. Lynette just on her phone, seeing where we were at, trying not to pay attention to the old lady in her bra exercising on the waterway in New York City in November in her bra.
Yeah.
Picture grandma and say,
Bringing
look,
grandma and her D size over here exercising.
a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah. Well, this could be worse. She could be wearing a white tank top.
We're not-
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
onwards.
you're videoing.
Yeah, of course I am. I've been videoing since I was down there. Yeah. All right, well, let's head on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you can do that to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then you got the one guy down here with no shirt on, and he's arguing to himself. Smells like it's pretty damn hot. I don't know.
In 2012, Hurricane Sandy took out what was left of the Pier 54 on the Hudson River. New York has built the little island in its place. It was closed when we were there, but it's a beautiful, stunning looking island with an amphitheater, different types of plants, and artwork. It's a beautiful little place, and if you're in New York, you should go see it. The warm weather brought a lot of people out on this November day to enjoy the outdoors. And what trip to New York would be complete unless you have a hot dog? And me, I just love hot dogs. I can smell them a mile away.
Smell hot dogs.
You know, it's always kind of a somber moment when I go through this area. I was at 9/11 about a month after it happened, and you can still smell the dust and everything. So to see how this place has been rebuilt and how beautiful it looks, it does a body good. It really makes you feel good inside to see this, and to be able to ride here and just look up and see these buildings, and to know everything is good. It really is a good feeling. It was really cool to ride in this area, and it just brought back a lot of memories from when the towers came down. So, nice to be in New York, nice to be there with Lynette, and to share this time with her and have a good time and good memories of this place, now that it's new and it's different. So we finally found the guy that was selling hot dogs on the corner, but he only took cash, and since we forgot our cash, we couldn't buy hot dogs right away. But he told us where the machine was around the corner where we can get some cash, and we went over there and got some cash, came back and got some hot dogs. He was very nice. He was offering us a drink before we even got cash, thinking that we were thirsty from riding the bike. Super nice guy. But we went ahead and got the money, came back and got hot dogs. And I was so excited about the hot dogs, I forgot to videotape it. So you'll just have to settle for a picture. So after we had our hot dogs, we continued south, got to the tip of Manhattan, circled around, and headed towards the Brooklyn Bridge. We wanted to go across the Brooklyn Bridge, but the time was just short. And sometimes you have to make a decision like that. It really hurts your heart to do it, but considering the time that we had, and we also wanted to ride the ferry, go across to Staten Island, we had to cut our losses. Sometimes, like I said, it hurts real bad, and it was hard to tell Annette, hey, we're not going across the bridge, because that was one of the things we planned. But usually on these trips, there's always something that you have to reroute or replan and save for another time. You just can't get it all in one shot.
Now this is it.
Let's go riding. We're right here. If we don't ride around Staten Island at all, we're just going to get on the ferry, ride back, take pictures of the Statue
We don't
of
have the
Liberty.
time.
It's going to take us 15 minutes?
I know, but we don't have the time. That's why I'm saying we come here, we take a couple pictures, and then we go and get on the Staten Island ferry. I know you want to ride. I do too.
It broke my heart telling that we couldn't go across the bridge. We just didn't have enough time. I grew up in this area, so I've seen this before. This was her first time, and I really wanted her to get that experience of New York on a bicycle. It's a great experience. But she understood, and we continued forward, and we got to the ferry to Staten Island, and we really had a nice time on the ferry. It was just a chance for us to relax, get off the bikes, and just enjoy that section of New York and see the Statue of Liberty. So once we got off of the Staten Island ferry, we started heading back. It was getting a little late in the day, and pretty soon it would be dark, so we still had to make it all the way up to the George Washington Bridge, and across over to the Jersey side, and then to the car. All in all, this trip was so awesome. New York City was great. This is actually the first time ever that I rode in New York City. I've been living here since I was a boy and never rode a bicycle in New York, always in Jersey. Never went across the bridge or anything like that. So it was a very cool experience for me too, to see it on a bike, nice and slow like that. We were so lucky that we got a chance to see the trees as they're changing colors. It was November and still in the 70s for that day. And the way the sun was catching the trees on the way back to the bridge was really amazing. I couldn't ask for a better day of riding, and Lynette had a great time, and that's basically what we were after, is just to have a good time on the bike and see New York and really enjoy it. Slow it down and see the big city the way it is.
I'm glad this one's over. At least this last part. It was all uphill for the last, 10 miles or so.
Well,
wow. Yeah. Seemed like 10 miles. Yeah. Probably 5, but it seemed like forever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back to the car. And,
amazing
wow.
ride.
That was a great ride.
That was
Got some hot dogs, and I was so excited about the hot dogs, I forgot to videotape the hot dogs. But, hey,
we had
they were
plans
delicious.
On pizza. We had plans around Staten Island. We had plans for the Brooklyn Bridge.
But we didn't plan on the hours. We forgot the hours. Yeah, we forgot the hours in our planning. But
I don't care.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
We had a great ride. Awesome.
Very good.